Okay, today I'm doing an introduction into the Vie de Saint Léger, or in English, much harder to say, the life of Saint Leo Léger. There's a pretty good chance I'm pronouncing that wrong. First of all, just to talk about the image. The image is actually taken from Wikipedia, it's not from this manuscript. The original link from where it came from is actually broken, so I don't know 100% exactly where it's from. But from Wikipedia's description or Wikimedia Commons description, it is from circa 1200, and that means it is in the public domain, provided that they're right about the date. And just to say, I'm going to try and keep this video a bit shorter than the last one. Luckily, from my point of view, this is actually, La Vie de Saint Léger is actually from the same manuscript as The Passion of the Christ, and for that reason, please go and watch that video provided you have time. That's the one that overran, because basically a lot of the details are going to be the same because it's from the same manuscript, so I'm going to refer back to it as such and such, the same as the Passion of the Christ or so and so. Moving on to the poem itself, we have said that it's from the same manuscript as the Passion of the Christ, and for that reason we date it at circa 980, end of the 10th century. We believe, or certainly it looks to me like it's the same scribe, and for that reason we get a lot of the problems, a lot of the issues, I should say, for a modern reader, a lot of the issues that we get in the Passion of the Christ, such as line 3, in su amor, is written solidly as one word, where it's really 3 words. It's not written as one word, it's written without spaces. That's not quite the same thing because spacing isn't as consistent, not nearly as consistent in the 10th century as it is now. So in su amor is line 3, and we can also see de Saint Léger, or Léger, how you pronounce it. That is, as we look at it, as line 6. De Saint is written clearly without a space. Though it is by the same scribe as the Passion of the Christ, it's not nearly as Old Occitan influenced. So really there's nothing in these lines. You could look at, as we look at it, cantomps, that's line 3 and line 6, that in sort of classical, quote-unquote classical Old French, that would be chant. That is the one word chantons. So let us sing, in his love. So in your sort of quote-unquote standard, typical Old French, that would be chanton. And the OMPS is one of the variants of the ONS ending that eventually dies out in Old French. So we've just got ONS in modern French. There are some Provençal, some Old Occitan influence words. We get evesque, which is typical Old French, nothing wrong with that. We also get, earlier on, we get ebisque. So episcopus, Latin for bishop, that ep beginning comes ev, typically in Old French, and eb, typically in Old Occitan, and we've got both. We've got ebisque and we've got evesque. Another one is sort of tambien, which obviously is a Spanish word and sort of meaning also, though not shown in this extract, I should say. You'll have to look at the link to one of the modern transcriptions I put in for you to have a look at. But tambien, again, that is quite, especially tam, not tan or trnt, the French word ton, as in ton bien, tellement bien. That is another thing that is quite Old Occitan influence, but as a whole, it's not like the Passion of the Christ, where you're not even sure language is it Old French, is it Old Occitan? It is clearly Old French with some Old Occitan influence words in it.